let's set up Itential's MCP server. Now, there happens to be many ways that you can do this, and I'm just going to focus on the way I do it for day-to-day testing and sandboxing and such. But first off, I use something called Orbstack. Is a kind of like a fast and easy way to run Linux VMs and containers on a Mac, because Mac is not exactly easy when you get into containerization. Like, it's just a little bit challenging sometimes. And with Linux, I kind of always get a consistent, pain-free experience. So for most of my testing, I'm usually running inside Debian Linux. So let's go ahead and connect to this VM that we're going to run the MCP server on, and change into my handy dandy sandbox directory. And let's go ahead and clone the MCP server. Okay. Here we go. Now, we use something called UV to manage this project, which is kind of like a extremely fast kind of all-in-one Python package and project manager. So first things first, let's set up a virtual environment. And if you're doing it this way, I suggest always using a virtual environment unless you have an affinity for wasting lots of time troubleshooting and you thrive on inefficiency. Oops. Oh, what version of Python? I always freeze here. Let's just do 3.11. Okay, so then we need to activate it. All right. And dependencies. So we got to install the dependencies as well. All right. And we are actually done here. Now, say that new features get rolled out with the MCP server, which they do very frequently. You can basically just come back here and do a git pull, and you're going to have the newest stuff for the next time that you instantiate this with whatever client that you're using. So next, let's take a look at the Claude Desktop configuration file. So as you can see here, it's very nice and clean now. I only have 2 servers in here. So for my Itential MCP server, I'm simply running a command that references a wrapper script, essentially. So the reason I do it this way is because Claude Desktop's JSON config is only going to support direct string values. It's not going to be able to do environment variable expansion. So unlike what we would expect in a shell script, the JSON parser doesn't interpret environment variable syntax. So let's take a look at the wrapper script now. So for my setup, I use an external secrets vault and generate these environment variables whenever I log into my session. And then when I log out, it just kind of wipes everything out, meaning I don't have any long-lived secrets floating around on my machine in various places, various files that I forget about one day. So this script is going to basically expand those values and pass the configuration from my host machine to the VM and then run the MCP server. So now all I need to do is open Claude Desktop on my MacBook. So now let's test it and make sure that it's working. So if we go in here, we should see all of the Itential tools that we have available to use. And we're just going to do something quick and easy. Let's just run a health check. Actually, what's the fun and quick and easy? Let's do something off the beaten path. Let's do a search for Itential's brand guidelines. And let's copy a link to those. And let's do something different. So, for every response in this chat, use brevity. And clear and concise data. Don't over-explain anything. And actually, let's represent our answers in a dashboard, everything. So represent all answers in a dashboard that you render from Itential's brand guidelines here. And let's have it do something beyond a health check. Health check's always just a easy thing to try. Let's get job metrics. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so it fetched the brand guidelines. Now it's getting job metrics. Okay, so excellent. Let's see what it comes up with. And the cool thing about this, I mean, I'm just thinking kind of out loud here, but say that you have scenarios where you have like numerous tools you're working with and you're getting data from this place and that place, and then you want to wrap them up into a reporting style that matches your, whatever your company is, your company's brand guidelines, and send a report to your boss in the form of a PDF frequently, or even another team. That is pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Let's expand this a little bit and make it a little bigger. We have 193 workflows, over 2,000 jobs completed. That's pretty awesome, and it's using all of our colors and all the brand guideline material from the link that I provided. Pretty neat. Until next time.